Also in here I have a signal mirror. There's something unique about my signal mirror that I'm going to show you. The way that you use a signal mirror, if you've got sun and you can reflect this thing and you see it reflecting on your hand, and I bet you, can you see that? How do I know that? Because I'm reflecting this on the web of my hand, so I know where the beam is. And if I want to signal a plane, a train, an automobile, a boat on the lake, or passerbys on the upper trail, I hold my hand up there as a sight, and I put who I'm trying to signal in the V of my thumb of my hand, and I pop this up over it and give them my 3 flashes for a distress signal. That's how it works. Now, at nighttime, we're still down over the hill. We're in the rhododendron. People are looking. Flashlights. The entire back of my signal mirror is covered with the reflector stuff that goes on street signs. So even if I'm laying down, hurt, sick, whatever, I can hold this up. And if they're looking with a light, they're going to hit it with the beam of light and see it. Okay? All this stuff's at the top of my pack where I can get to it. We like to talk about knives. Men like knives and hatchets and big knives and that kind of thing. In a survival situation, what typically happens is you're not in too bad a shape, but you're kind of tore up and you're getting antsy and it's getting nighttime and you whip your knife out and you try to do something with it and you cut yourself. And then as soon as you start building your fire, you burn yourself. So you got a cut on one hand, you got a blister on the other hand, and believe it or not, mentally, you're getting more demoralized and it gets easier and easier and easier to give up. Trust me when I tell you, I'm replaying for you real scenarios, what we've seen happen with people over and over and over again. The human being's will to live is undescribable. But by the same token, when a human being decides to give up, their life will pass away without a flutter. People decide within the first 6 hours of a survival situation whether they're going to live or not. If they decide they're not going to, they ain't. That's proven. But we can do things to make that better. We're going to use what's in the bottom of my pack. If you're a deer hunter and you get in a tree stand, you already have one of these. A good folding saw. You can cut firewood, cut poles for shelter. You can do whatever you need to with a folding saw. You can do it in the dark. You can do it without risk of mechanical injury to your limbs. It's much safer. You can do more work in less time. My folding saw and everything else I have has the same reflective tape on it, so that at night I can find it. Because as soon as it gets dark, I promise you will lose everything you lay down. Valuable time is wasted being frustrated, looking, digging through the leaves. We don't need to do this. We've got our saw. Good pair of leather gloves. When I get a fire started, I do not take a little stick and poke around in my fire. When I get a fire started, I put my leather gloves on and I work in the fire. I mean, I grab it. I grab limbs and I grab sticks and I scoop things together. I work in the fire because I'm getting the job done. This is not going to be an all-day affair. I'm getting the fire going, getting water heated, I'm eating something, I'm doing whatever quick. Leather gloves, protects your hands, keeps you in much better shape. We got our fire going because we got our cotton balls and we have our lighter. When you light that cotton ball, that thing will burn for 4 to 6 minutes, good strong flame, you can't put it out. Good stuff. Starting fires is one of those things that's simple but not easy. The process of starting a fire is simple. Sometimes starting a fire is not easy. And that's what I was referring to earlier. When you watch someone start a fire, you figure we can all start a fire. But a lot of times when you try to start a fire, it doesn't go as good as planned. You have to build some fires to get used to how much tinder you need, how much kindling you need, how much wood you need, proper fire preparation. All this being said and done, we're in good shape now. We got lost, but we marked the trail. We got a map, we got out of weather, we got a fire going, we got our leather gloves, we got our saw, we got kindling, we're doing our thing. Remember I said leather gloves? I'm a real fan of natural materials in the woods, obviously, but I'm going to tell you why. Your $240 Gore-Tex jacket, one pass through the flames, the sleeve, and it's done. If you have wool clothing, If you have leather gloves, you can roll on the fire. They might get singed, but they're not burnt, and you're still functioning. And to go hunt behind the house or go duck hunting, that's one thing. But if you're going to, honest to goodness, go on the caribou hunt in Northwest Territories, I would highly recommend at least a good wool shirt. So at least you can strip down your shirt and do your thing with the fire and everything, you'll be in good shape.